IndiaGlitz presents CII Dakshin Summit 2023. Title sponsor GT Holidays and Anuj Tiles. Powered by AF Star TMT Rebars, Spins, BB Pro Face Cream and Mira Anti-Dandruff Shampoo.
Holidays nale, adu namma GT Holidays da. GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Anuj Tiles. ரகங்கள் பலவிதம். ஒவ்வொன்றும் உலகத்தரம். தமிழக உற்பத்தியில் Anuj Tiles.
AF Star FE 550 DTMT Steel Rebars. AF Star TMT Steel Rebars.
என்னோட மேக்கப் லுக் மேக்கப் இல்லாமலே புதிய ஸ்பென்ஸ் பிபி ப்ரோ ஃபேஸ் கிரீம் இப்போது 3 ஷேடுகளில் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அழகு.
மீரா ஆன்டி டேண்ட்ரஃப் ஷாம்பு யூஸ் பண்ணு. சின்ன வெங்காயம் மற்றும் வெந்தயத்தின் சக்தியுடன் கூந்தலை ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆக்குகிறது. சின்ன வெங்காயம் டேண்ட்ரஃப்க்கு பெரிய வித்தியாசம்.
So music has a massive role in my life. I can't think of there are bad people, good people, bad politicians, good politicians. There are bad reviewers. The process remains the same. Like if I don't know, if you don't know, you have to admit to yourself you don't know. It's all about the timing. Your idea and that person's vulnerability just needs to match, and you've got to match. Or somebody who really...
So Anurag, is Yogesh here? Yogesh took me to Hamburg many years ago for the Hamburg Film Festival.
Yes.
And I was one of the jury members. And we had one section where I was the jury member. But all the 8 awards were won by the films you directed or you produced. So how do you do that? How do you do that? Because, we are talking about pan-Indian from morning. This generation knows only pan-Indian. But Anurag's films have gone to all the film festivals. He's a big boss there. He's a mafia don in all the film festivals. They know him so well. Very little is known to the younger generation, the kind of films that he makes and how they fare in film festivals. He produced Lunchbox and so many other things. How do you do that? Where do you get that energy from?
I don't know. You never know, because for me it's a lot of things happen by chance. For me, my journey actually started because when Black Friday did not release in theaters and it got pirated, and because Danny Boyle saw it as a reference for Slumdog Millionaire and he talked about it so much, is when things started to happen to me on its own. It's the generosity of a filmmaker that when Slumdog came out and he talked about Black Friday so much that Venice Film Festival put 2 of my films post-release, which they don't do, at the festival and put me on the jury. And that's where my journey started. And suddenly, after that, what happens is it's kind of automatic. They want to know everything that you do. So I started getting access and people want to watch, and they started asking me, do you know any other film from any other language? And I started sending it. And Gangs of Wasseypur was strange because I was told to show Gangs of Wasseypur. We were in Berlin pitching for Lunchbox, looking for money to make Lunchbox. And I was very embarrassed. I said, Gangs of Wasseypur is a very commercial film. It's not a festival film. And they saw it and they liked it, which to me was a surprise. And at the screening, I was so anxious. I thought I'll be exposed today. That I'm the imposter. I'm a total imposter who's pretending to make a festival film. 5.5 hours screening, I sat out and I got smashed drunk. Because to face the audience, I said, everybody's going to walk out. And the world changed after that. But till date, it feels like I'm an imposter. So I'm more a genre filmmaker, and I like the genre festivals. When my films go to Sitges or Fantastic Festival, I don't feel awkward. But when it goes to other, they're like, my next film is going to Midnight. No, that's my place. That's a genre film. That's my place. So I'm not embarrassed. I don't feel like an imposter. But it goes to any other section, I feel like an imposter. Because you don't know what they like about anything. I really don't know. I have no answer to that.
So can we go to actors now? Okay, small ideas become big when you have a big actor. Big ideas with small actors can also be successful. You've done both. Both of you have done it. And you've worked a lot with bigger stars. So how does it work? How do you convince them? How do you take them to your side?
It's a very tough process. It's a killing process because every actor, like every creative person, have their plans. They have their strategy of how to kind of be what they want to be. And you're coming in the middle of their lives and kind of saying, I have an interesting idea. You must do this. You must do this. In fact, I remember speaking to Shah Rukh Khan a couple of things, and you know, there was a phase. I mean, he's saying, "Listen, you bugger, I need an action. I need this. I need that." And I'm talking about some sensible, sensitive film, which doesn't obviously fit into their zone at that point of time. So, I feel it's a very difficult process. It's just a lot of luck that you need, or you find an actor in a very vulnerable state at some vulnerable point, and you're damn lucky, and you
which I do all the time.
Just go and just the timing. It's all about the timing. Your idea and that person's vulnerability just needs to match, and you've got to match. Or somebody who really wants to experiment and kind of look out, who's got nothing to lose. That's another kind of person to.
I actually feel like, you know, I kind of talk about it, and I have a theory to this. Like, I really feel bigger ideas do not need bigger actors. Bigger ideas sometimes create big actors. Like, look at all the Marvel movies. Or I'm saying, for example, say when Rajamouli started making, he's like, you know, the bigger ideas need good actors. And sometimes smaller ideas need big actors. And if that will also strike the perfect balance for the producer.
I wish that were true, but I think, yes, you're right. Bigger.
In India, we do the opposite. Bigger the idea, we want bigger the actor, so we spend 10 times the money.
No, but bigger idea, it could be the bigness of the idea, not so much the bigness of the film. So if it's a big idea, but small in terms of scale, and you have a big actor, you can explode. It can really explode. But I think actors have a certain understanding of reach, how to get the money out of the pocket, a little better than some directors do. So they are a little clearer of what works and what doesn't work in their heads. And when the next accident happens, that becomes the rule for a few more accidents to kind of happen. So accidents sometimes change the rule in many people's heads, always. So it's like when you break a mold always, it's very difficult to break that mold, but that mold happens, that becomes the template for the next so many years. And then it's very difficult to break that mold again. And that, I think, that keeps happening to actors too.
Music. How important music is for you? For both of you.
It's the lifeline of my movies. So I can't make a film without music. Like when you're talking about the festival, my biggest struggle for years was I felt I did not belong here because my films were not commercial enough, or the stories were not commercial enough, and I did not belong in the West because my films had music and songs. So that was my longest struggle to come to terms with it, and then eventually realize this is what it is. I love music, and I still can't bring myself to have my actor lip sync the song. I still can't do it. It's just psychologically impossible for me.
You don't have to do it, I think.
I don't do it. I don't do it.
You don't have
and
to do it
every
anymore.
time I have done it, the actor is actually playing the singer. So my thing is, but music is a big thing because we grew up with the radio, but there was no television and there was no cinemas. So we heard the music, we heard the film before we saw the film. So music has a massive, massive role in my life. I can't think of a movie not having music.
Your songs, just amazing songs and amazing music. And your use of South talent in almost every film of yours. Is it a conscious decision, or you think they were perfect for the roles? I mean, Dulkar and Dhanush and Akshara and P.C. Sriram, Ilayaraja. Have I left out any name?
No, I'm very lucky to be working with PC because I think he's the finest madman that I've ever met. He's a true genius. But Raja sir, of course, is the music of South India, so there's no question of it. Of India, could have been, if it was today's media. But that apart, music is Indian cinema. To me, I think a lot of stars today have been created by the music. of this country. Music directors have created the stars. I mean, and they're just phenomenal. And I sometimes, this is my doubt, and this is something Gauri and I keep discussing. Are we making what we stand for? Indian cinema stands for music in a lot of ways. But are we doing justice to music today? Are we kind of doing that stuff as we used to do before? When, a lot of filmmakers like us came and said, no, we shouldn't do songs that way. People shouldn't sing on screen. People shouldn't do all those things. I mean, were they our real differentiators? Were they our modes of communication that we've lost? Are we kind of migrating to a cinema that we found cooler, but actually that was our cinema that brought us to cinema? So it's a confusing time, actually. There are a lot of wonderful things about music that maybe we've lost out today.
I know. I also think that, it's like, I don't like to, anything should not have a fixed definition. Anything can be cinema, as long as it engages you. It does something to you. It evokes something in you. It provokes you. So you can't define it. Film can have songs, don't have songs. Film can be this, that, everything. For me, everything is cinema.
Both of you have defied a lot of things which were like a template especially in Hindi cinema, and you've come this far. And when I see the enthusiasm and the passion with which both of you speak, I think we are truly blessed to have filmmakers like him. Truly blessed, both of you. I think it's such a wonderful occasion to have both of you on stage here. And we South Indians don't give compliments that easily. Balki knows that. So we don't give compliments, but it's really been wonderful. But I think now we have to take it to the people in the auditorium who will ask you some questions. I'm sure they must be having a lot of questions.
Question is for Balki. So I like the film which recent film Chup. So in that hero will take revenge on fake reviewers who is giving fake reviews by getting some paid. So what triggered you to make those films?
No, I think like in any industry, like there are bad cops, good cops. There are bad people, good people. Bad politicians, good politicians. There are bad reviewers and good reviewers. But like a lot of bad people can harm a lot of people, so can bad reviewers harm kind of film. And my very first film, there was the review that I read, the first review that I ever read, had slammed the film, and I went into deep depression. I never read a review till I started Chup, where I read all the reviews that was ever written about, anything written about me while I was making Chup. So it took me a long time to recover from that first thing, even though the film did well, even though a lot of people praised it. But I always thought I was the worst filmmaker after that particular review, because that was my first review, and I used to look up to that reviewer. So that I thought of that idea at that point of time, and it remained with me for a very long time. And
there was one particular film critic who was very powerful at a time, and who at one point started thinking and behaving like God, and and we all had the idea for Chup. He made it.
Now we don't have just one, we have millions on the internet. Next question, please.
My question is, song is important in film or screenplay is important? Your answers.
யாருக்கு கேக்குறீங்க? யார்கிட்ட?
யாரு ரெண்டு பேர்.
யாராவது ஒருத்தர் முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. யார்கிட்ட கேக்குறீங்க?
பால்கி சார் கிட்ட.
Screenplay or songs, which is more important?
A screenplay, of course. Screenplay is very important, but songs are a different purpose altogether. Songs, of course, take the screenplay forward. It should take the screenplay forward, add to the screenplay. But yeah, screenplay is to me the first most important.
Even the song should have a screenplay.
Yeah.
Question to both of you. One moment which just was pure magic for you while shooting, and one moment which kind of was really difficult for you to digest, for both of you as a director.
I think, some of the best things happen because you just let them be. Like, I've had moments like that, for example, the chase sequence in Vasepur, or the police station scene in Ugly, wasn't designed. Trusting my actors, letting them be, And it just takes on a direction on its own, and you have to be very self-aware to recognize that and allow it to happen. So what I do is I let everybody give their best to me. I allow that to be. I don't impose too much. Those are the good things that I've learned by chance. Worst thing that has happened to me is Bombay Velvet.
Actually, I have fun sometimes at the actor's expense, and that they were also always wonderful because I remember Sunny asking me, there was a shot that he had to take Dulquer and fling him across the room. So I said, Sunny said, I'll just mock that stuff, tell Dulquer and do something. Dulquer told me, no, go for it. I asked him to go for it fully, the whole thing. Sunny said, yeah, he wants me to go full for it? And this is the conversation happening through me, okay, both of them are in character. Okay, so you should see Sunny, they're just picking him up like a thing, Dulquer thing. Sir, I think we should have not gone for it. I was roaring with laughter. Dulquer's kind of thing was, all. But sometimes we have fun, a little bit. We are a little evil as directors. The bad things, yeah, I mean, quite a bit. There was a scene, I remember, at the end of Shamitab when PC was shooting it, and the camera was on the ground, and Amitji was crying. It was a scene where Dhanush is dead, and PC's camera was down. It was so low, it was on the ground. And Amitji was really weeping. It was a beautiful shot, and at the end of it, PC tells me, Mike, I think we need one more. So what happened? The thing just shook a little bit because on the ground, the camera was little kind of thing, couldn't be balanced. So I went up to Amitji and said, I looked at him and I said, Amitji, I think we need to do that. One more. He turned to me with bloodshot eyes and very sad. And he told me, I can't kill my parents again. So as an actor, he had kind of visualized, he had thought of the death of his parents and kind of done the whole scene. Because everybody goes into some kind of piece of thing. And that to me was stunned. But I don't have my shot. How do I say I don't have my shot? Whatever the emotion was. But I went with the emotion. It's a bad thing, which happened at a very beautiful moment.
My question is to Anurag Kashyap, sir. So when we look at all your films, we can understand the level of research that goes into it, be it ethos, political or factual. Oftentimes we see such a kind of extensive research in first-time filmmakers or budding filmmakers, and after giving a couple of success, they are being forced into making some hasty decisions because of peer pressure or expectation of the fans, and end up making mediocre products. As a writer who has been consistent for for a couple of decades, what is your advice to keep the consistency in writing in both research and analysis on the ground level and bringing up with the proper script?
I need advice. I'm not the one to give advice. See, the things that when I was young, I would go out and do everything by myself. Now I hire people to do that. The thing is, the process remains the same. Like if you don't know, you have to admit to yourself you don't know. And you need more information. And the only thing to trust is your own instinct. Your own instinct. It comes and whispers to you. When something is wrong, deep in your heart, something will tell you it's wrong. We need to learn the ability to hear it. So I think everybody has that instinct. We just need to hone that. And the things that I can't do, I hire people to do it. You don't need to know everything yourself. I don't want to go and learn cinematography. I'll find a cameraman that I totally trust and I'll leave it to him. I'll find a production designer totally trust and I'll leave that portion to them. They will do their own research. So I put a lot of trust in people I work with. And I hire very good people. So in the sense, I do not compromise on who I hire.
My question is to Anurag, sir. I'm a big fan of you, sir. Sir, if you're going to make any love story, whom do you pick up, like as in female lead and male lead?
If I'm going to?
In current generation. If you're going to make any love story in this current generation, whom...
I made love stories.
In this current
generation.
And
already...
in this current generation, if you're taking like as in pan-Indian films are running out, right? So if you take...
I want to make a love story of people my age now.
Good one, sir.
Hi, sir. Hi, sir. My question is to Anurag.
The final question better be good.
Sure, it will be. It is to Anurag, sir. So my question is, as an aspiring filmmaker, we make short films as well as, we assist directors, right? So when we make short films, we spend money. For example, we spend something like 20,000 or 15,000 of, 30,000 we spend on the short films, right? So it's like, emotionally we are very strong, physically we are very strong, but financially somehow we are weak, right? So how to get back that fund again, what you have invested in the film, a short film?
If you make a very good short film, your next thing will give you that fund. If I am correct, and correct me if I am wrong, because a lot of current big filmmakers from Tamil Nadu were short filmmakers. From Karthik Subbaraj to Lokesh Kanagaraj to everybody, they all used to make short films and put it out on YouTube. So I don't think so. When you make a film, if you're spending that 30,000, it'll come back if you make a good short film. You don't need to do anything extra. You just need to make a good film. It'll come back.
About the screenwriting, sir, I'll just pass on to my friend. One second.
I like that. I like that. Thodarik.
Thank you, my friend. My question is to both of you, sir. So I just want to know your process when you have these two scenarios. When you have a writer's block, number one. Number two, when you have completed a script and you want to do some changes or you want to go for different versions for some other reasons. So how would you detach yourself from the very own script which you have been traveled for months together? Then you be critical on the very own product that you have written and how you change it. That's it. Thank you, sir.
No, there are many things here. You need to just distract yourself. If there's a writer, I generally would go swimming. I would go swimming. Because swimming is, for me, and I swim for a long time. So it's where I solve all my problems in my head. Because your meditation is breathing. It's pure meditation. You can't do anything else. Because while swimming, if you do anything else, you'll drown. So you swim and it's only your mind that works. So swimming helps me. I can talk about myself. Or just generally good hormones, good exercise, anything that has good hormones flowing will take away your writer's block. And changing a scenario depends on you. In the sense, if I'm supposed to change it because somebody else doesn't get it, I might not change it. I will change it because I want to change it.
The writer's block, right? See, I think never accept the fact that you have a writer's block first. Just shut the computer and say you're tired and you just want to kind of go home. Come back, have a nice meal. So you're the best writer in the world. Open next day, 99% it'll come. The moment you say, I've got a block, nobody's got a block, it'll come. Just give it space. Because nobody knows how an idea comes, nobody knows how anybody solves anything else. Just allow it to drop into your head. Give it that space, that's all.
Thank you, Anurag, and thank you, Balki, for this beautiful, wonderful session. Thank you so much.
IndiaGlitz presents CII Dakshin Summit 2023. Title sponsor GT Holidays and Anuj Tiles. Powered by AF Star TMT Rebars, Spins, BB Pro Face Cream and Mira Anti-Dandruff Shampoo.
Holidays nale, adu namma GT Holidays da. GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Anuj Tiles. Rakangal palavidam. Ovvondrum ulagattaram. Tamilaga urpathiyil Anuj Tiles.
AF Star FE 550 DTMT steel rebars. AF Star TMT steel rebars.
என்னோட மேக்கப் லுக் மேக்கப் இல்லாமலே புதிய ஸ்பென்ஸ் பேபி ப்ரோ ஃபேஸ் கிரீம் இப்போது 3 ஷேடுகளில் ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் அழகு.
மீரா ஆன்டி டாண்ட்ரஃப் ஷாம்பு யூஸ் பண்ணு. சின்ன வெங்காயம் மற்றும் வெந்தயத்தின் சக்தியுடன் கூந்தலை ஸ்ட்ராங் ஆக்குகிறது. சின்ன வெங்காயம் டாண்ட்ரஃப்க்கு பெரிய வித்தியாசம்.